from the memory. Cause it could get lonelier. It could get lonelier. Love when you text me, though you ain't next to me. Cause it could get lonelier. It could get lonelier. I get so happy.
Welcome to another episode of Delite Side of Life with me, your host, Delite. Yeah, and it's a podcast where I speak to people about things I think I know of. I speak to people I think I know about things I think I don't of. This is still new to me, so bear with me. Thank you to you guys for tuning in, whether it's on the other audio platforms that we initially started with, but now, as most of you know, we're available now on YouTube, as well as Spotify video, right? So please go there, support and enjoy and watch and stuff like that. So let's get into the episode of today, where I'm joined by a good guest of mine who's been here before with the amazingness.
Aww.
How are you doing? You're looking amazing today. Hi, Luyanda.
Thank you. Hi, Delite.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm special. I'm feeling good.
You look good.
We're trying, but it's hard. At some point, we're going to take this thing off. I'm trying to compete here. Man. I hate it when people look better than me on my show.
Amara.
Yeah? How are you doing? You good? Life
I'm
is
good.
2021 is good.
Yeah, 2021 is pretty good. It's been good. It's been a blessing.
Nice. Luyanda, what's your full name again? Let's remind them.
My name is Luyanda, but my mama Lume used to call me Luyandusapho.
Oh, okay. Luyanda, but that's not the full name, man.
Oh,
That's a name.
oh, okay.
Government.
All right, no.
Government.
Luyanda Cornelia Ngubeni. That's what you're looking for.
So let's speak about the obvious one, the elephant in the room. It's not an elephant, far from it. A beautiful plant. I was given it by you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So Luyanda came to bless the podcast with a beautiful plant. What plant is this one?
I have no idea. I would be lying if I said I have an idea. I was just with a friend of mine and we picked it up because we knew that somebody needed a little something.
So you don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. This one.
No, but you can tell, you know.
It looks good. It
looks great.
Good. Yeah. But like women, sometimes it looks good, but hey. It's like a matata. How is it? Hey, sometimes it looks too good to be true. But thank you. I'm gonna water it every day, or not?
Not every day. Not every day. I usually do it every 3 days.
I clearly don't have plants. I've never received flowers. Every 3 days. Do you call this flowers or you call it plants?
No, it's a plant. Just water it in J. Probably maybe twice in a week.
Yeah. And this can represent the growth. Of the podcast, humble beginnings.
You can talk to the plant as well.
We talk on the podcast. Man. I can't overdo it, man. Again. Let's get into today's episode. We are here. Okay, we are very excited, but what is this topic as well? We can make it exciting.
Yeah.
Daddy issues.
Hey, daddy issues. Hey, man, when you hit me with that, I was like,
Yeah, ish.
Probably because I don't have any daddy issues, but I do have things that relate to daddy issues.
Why do you think I hit you with that one? Because I think you don't have daddy issues. All right. That's why this podcast is over. Mara.
Right.
I also did it because I don't have a present biological father. Present in the sense of my father passed away.
Okay. My condolences. Same here.
So which is the same with you, which I'm aware of. So that's what made me think, let me speak to you about daddy issues. And also to go further than what it usually is associated with.
Yeah.
Women. Yeah. Because I think, what if I have daddy issues? I think, nah, that's a chick thing. Like, there's certain things that maybe I'm missing or I don't have because of not having my dad there or showing me, what I mean? Someone who's genuinely invested in me.
True.
Who really wants the best for me and stuff like that. Let's talk about that. And also, do you think mommy issues exist?
Mommy issues, such a thing? Yeah, mommy issues do exist, especially when your mom is still around as a guy. Yeah. Especially. Well, that's what I think. That's what I've seen.
Oh. So in your mind, let's break it down. Let's try. What do you think daddy issues are? The things you don't have. Which ones are those ones?
Okay, daddy issues are probably maybe looking for something that your father gave you. Mostly it's negative. Most women just look for that in the guys that they date. Unconsciously so, because no one goes looking for trouble. So that's what I think daddy issues are.
Because it's not at home, I'm going to try and find in Masterate.
Exactly.
And sometimes you find the wrong thing. You just want anything that's male. and you're not comparing it. That's how I see it. You don't have a reference point.
Yeah.
And like I said, a reference point that's a good reference point. But also that also speaks to, it doesn't mean that just because you had a father who's around, and but still doesn't mean he's the best influence, though.
True.
You know.
Yeah.
So I would say mommy issues are similar.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe like looking for a woman
No.
or not.
No.
Tell us.
Hey, there are
Do you know some people with mommy issues?
I do. I know a lot of guys with mommy issues.
And girls?
Okay.
Or not?
Not as much.
Yeah.
Not as much. I don't know. I can't speak for girls. I can speak for guys because I've experienced seeing
Yeah.
these people like this, you know. Yeah, mommy issues with guys, yeah.
It's a thing. If they're not about the fact that maybe you're looking for a mother in someone else, whatever. What would you maybe equate mommy issues with? I see mommy's boy, most. I know you girls also don't like mommy's boy.
Yeah.
That's a guy who really doesn't have mommy issues.
No. Get mama's boy, vele.
Yeah?
Get mama's boy.
Get mommy's issues. For
real.
That doesn't work for you as the woman in my life.
No.
That's why I keep mommy's issues.
No.
Not
Wait, I can understand now when your mother is involved in your life, but when she's too involved, it's just
to your detriment.
Those are your mommy issues, because you carry like, you follow her around like a little baby still. You haven't found your way in life, and you're just probably not sure what to do with this or do with that, or how to treat a woman, and you're always looking to your mother, and sometimes your mother's not showing you the right things,
Yeah,
because
she's not maybe the woman to aspire for.
yeah, and the fact that she's from a different generation, so she can't think on the level of this generation. She can't speak for us because we're going through different things.
So then now you having these expectations on you that don't even match your lifestyle, where you're from, your upbringing. The mom is telling your boyfriend all of this stuff. Oh, well, she doesn't.
I mean, if I was raised in a home where I had a chef, and then I've never cooked a day in my life, right? And now I date this guy, and he expects me to cook.
Yeah, and now you looked at like you are less than, but it's just you're not familiar with this thing.
Exactly. So
you're not being difficult. You're just like, this is foreign to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's certain things maybe I shouldn't also do. For instance, like what you mentioned, like I'm not a garden boy. Like growing up in the garden, doing a lot. My mom's more in the garden, like she's pushing that.
Oh,
back.
yeah.
So
your mom's is my people.
We're gonna get a gardener to assist with that thing. Like, and if she looks at me snag, it's gonna be an unfair expectation. You mentioned that, so that's a mother who's maybe too influential, right?
Yeah.
To the guy, which is to his detriment.
Yeah,
right?
toxic influences.
So could like a daddy issue also be a father who's too influential to the woman's detriment?
It's probably the
where now
opposite.
a guy is expected to be too much because, hey, my father is what?
No.
What about you?
I think it's the opposite. It's the absence of the father. I just think it carries on to maybe what what he gave her during the time maybe when he was involved. If he's not there at all, then she doesn't know what a man is supposed to do. She doesn't know what he's supposed to be like, so yeah.
I think like how you painted it, I think we're okay with a father being too influential because we're so used to fathers not being present that when he's too influential, you're like, it's still a good thing. But I do think that maybe I would sum it up to anything that affects you in a negative way. Yeah. Whether it's too much of your father's presence or expectations, whether it's a mother or father, whether, they were not present at all. Because even mothers are not present sometimes. My mom will leave the kid with a grandma because maybe she felt pregnant young, which sometimes is beyond her control, or mom would just give up a kid or whatever it is. And I think that could also be a mother issue, even though it's not the most common one. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
So what was the nature of your relationship with your dad before he passed away?
Oh.
Take us down
hero.
memory lane.
Oh man.
I brought tissues in case.
My dad was my best friend. Like he was my bestie. The reason why I actually love dogs so much is because of him.
Oh, you like dogs so much, right?
Man. Oh my gosh. My dad taught me so much. He taught me how to stand up for
myself.
myself.
People are gonna think your daddy was cool. Blacks and dogs.
Okay, he actually taught me how to be. Like he wanted me to be myself in the in the craziest way possible. So, yeah.
Was he closer to you? Was he closer to you than your mother? Like, who was the closest parent at the time before your dad passed
Both of
away?
them were quite involved.
My dude was fitting that one. I know.
Okay,
you
I
know,
went
like,
out
yeah,
a
someone was
lot
bit
more with
yeah?
my dad.
Yeah.
I went out a lot more with my dad when my mum stayed home. But I can't necessarily say the presence of both parents wasn't there, because I know the emotional side to both parents, and that's the most important thing for me. So.
Oh, wow. You know, both your parents. With me, definitely, my father was such a big influence to me. He was like, I didn't live with my dad for many years because of, like, I don't know if we're going to call it migrating from Cape Town to Pretoria.
Right.
My mom moved for work, and I was the youngest, so I'd move with my mom naturally.
Yeah.
While my brothers were in Cape Town for a bit. Then after my brothers moved, my dad was still there. And, I mean, it was hard for him to move because of employment.
Yeah.
But once he did, it was the first time I got someone who I could express myself to.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, as you can see, we speak too much, we talk a lot. And it's not normal for a boy to talk this much. We're not used to it as much. And I think it's the first person who didn't, like, shut me up. We didn't say, I think he probably played along. I think I was maybe not making sense, speaking gibberish, especially as a kid. I could only imagine. But I think he was also trying to build his relationship with this child that he wasn't with all these years. I'd only seen him in December and stuff. So I think he also made that sacrifice. Because I definitely don't see the same relationship with my brothers. That they didn't have the same relationship with him.
Yeah.
So when he passed away, it definitely affected me a lot. But I think that I'm lucky that he passed away at a point where I could kind of capture a bit of the man he was.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And
that's
why
what
you
I'm
don't have
talking
daddy
about.
issues.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I think as much as I saw him as a father, I think I know how to be a father better than I know how to be a partner. Because
Ooh, that's deep.
so that's the problem, that as for many years I'm like, yo, my dad, even with me and my brothers, there's a big difference. I wouldn't say like lifestyle, but it's clearly different.
Why would you say that though? Why would you say it's different?
It's just, I always lived for my father's approval. But my father wasn't a hard person. He was not hard at all. He let me be. But him letting me be was like, okay, I want to make sure I never disappoint him. So I just became what would be deemed as a good boy. Like no one has like, oh, hi, family. Not, oh, Tawa did this, can you believe? It doesn't happen, you know. So even when I want to do those things, I must hide it a bit, you know. So that's what my dad did for me. But now when you're young, that's all you think that matters. You don't think that marriage matters. Not a boy. Boys don't grow up like that. And then even if you think it matters, you don't develop those things. You don't know what you need to work on to be a good partner as a marriage partner. So you only find out by the time you start dating. So that's where I was like, as much as I saw him with my mom in certain moments, I don't know their relationship. You know, and I also see him as the perfect father because my mom always protected him and made sure he was always good. But maybe I needed to see flaws. I needed to also see how they are when they fight, how they resolve it. Do they not talk to each other? What? And now I'm learning all of those things, like, you know, in real time. And it's like, I didn't have to learn it this way. So I think that's my daddy issues. Is that sometimes I disregard a lot when it comes to a woman, you know. And with that relationship, like, I don't really know the full dynamics. I only know me with my mother, not my father with my mother.
Okay.
You know.
So would you say your mom then understands you better than your partners?
Oh.
Because I mean, they see your flaws and they see your good sides.
My partners.
So, would you say
definitely
if they carried everything that you are negatively to her, do you think she'd be like, oh yes?
She'd be shocked.
Ooh.
Not shocked. It's not bad. It's bad, but that's the thing. It's all about context, like, or interpretation. Like, certain things I thought were normal were not normal. You know. So she would be like, my mom doesn't know me like that.
But
my mom and I are not, like, we're not close.
Our parents really don't know us to like that level.
Yeah. But now, how close are you with your mom, for instance? Like,
we're thick as thieves.
Yes, we're not very close with everyone. Even me, I'll say, Luyanda.
We're thick as thieves.
You like people, or something. Oh, you have patience, I think. I don't have patience, me.
What do you mean by that?
I think you have patience in a sense of you can accommodate different type of people, like so broadly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've had to develop it where I'm like, ish, God, and if I act like this, I lose a job. If I act like this, I lose friends, you know, and it's like I had to learn the hard way a lot of my lessons.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's because of how I was brought up.
Yeah.
I was brought up in a home where we'd have a lot of, well, not a lot of strangers, but we'd have a lot of people come into my grandmother's place, and she'd accommodate such people, you know. So I've seen different types of people, rich, impoverished, middle class. So she's always accepted all of them, and I guess
so
that's why we're.
So that's a good quality you have, right? So that I pointed out, and you mentioned it comes from your grandma, who's female, right?
Yeah.
But in like, if someone just observes you, they'll maybe think, oh, she got all of this just from her mom. So I think that's also where it matters, where you can fix those issues. Like you cannot have daddy issues and not have a dad also.
Yeah.
You know, you can, by having people of similar, you know. Yeah. Because with me, I think a large part of my life is my uncle. My uncle who is my mom's brother. So I would, but that's the problem with me. Not a problem maybe, but I'm very like, I'm lasta.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll be in his face, I'll be, like right now, even my uncle is the only person in his age group who's on my Facebook who has the patience for someone like me. No, my uncle is old man.
That's great. And you're lucky.
Yeah, I'm lucky, but I'm able to push it.
Okay.
So his own son at some point was on some, I'll never invite my dad sent the invite, but I'm not going to accept.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to say, oh, you don't like me. Cool. You know, I'm not going to adjust. But that's something that, so I forced this solution of finding male role models. Yeah. Where I think with men or people in general should be availed to you. That's, I think, a big problem.
Okay.
Or what?
Okay, then are you saying then we should have more male figures in our men's lives or in our females' lives also? Because I've never heard anyone talk about a male figure in a girl child's life. I always hear it mentioned in a boy's life. So are we then saying that we should have more father figures for children as a whole, or the boy child? Yeah. And what type of father figures though?
We should definitely have more father figures. Yeah, I agree with that. The type of father figures, it's not just about being present. There should still be a standard. Something that I don't apply, but I understand the principles of stuff like religion. Yeah. It keeps a common mindset, a common understanding of things, a common principle of, no, this is wrong, this is right. True. Just some people use it to control people. Yeah. So I think if we could have a standard of people, so by the time I meet you, and we go through our lives, but we only meet when we like 25 and stuff. Yeah. We're probably gonna meet at a similar place because we come from similar communities of people with the best, all these good interests in our improvement and stuff. So I think that's the biggest issue. Another thing is, even with the woman, like I mentioned with the mommy issues, we need to rephrase everything. Right. That you can have mommy issues. Yeah. You can, you know what I mean, and see exactly what it is that
Ish. But then there's this thing that I keep seeing happen, right? Yeah. So women with daddy issues, right? I can't necessarily say I can speak for them, but I can say that I can tell when she's got daddy issues. I can tell from how she treats a man. Yeah. I can tell from how she treats her child, her boy child, that she's got daddy issues. I can just see it.
Is it rejection towards the boy child? Is it like what would you say would be the interactions with like
most women who've been rejected by their fathers, they can easily reject their children. Oh. And they can easily walk out of a man's life just like that because that's what was given to them.
Both points touch on the specific person in my life. Wow, shucks.
Or they can sacrifice themselves so much for this guy to stay.
Yeah.
He can be as abusive as he wants to, but she's gonna want him around because this guy embodies a father figure,
Oh, okay.
whether consciously or unconsciously.
Yeah,
So,
but he's something male, so hey, it's good enough compared to nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it identifies to their mom and how they are, and no one wants to be. I'm a single mom, or no, you don't want to be a single mom. You don't want to be single like your mom. You see her struggles, and you're like, no, I want a partner.
And isn't it a lot of women who also come from moms who feel like they were rejected by their mom because of the mom's partner?
Can you repeat that?
So a mom, let's say, is dating so and so, and then
Yeah.
she would now reject
Exactly.
her child.
Yes.
And she sees
it
it as,
happens
oh, okay.
a lot.
Even
I've seen
my
that
mom treating
so
me this
many
way.
times.
So who are you as a boyfriend? Who are you as my own seed? Yeah.
Yeah. And the minute the boyfriend starts caring for the child, sometimes it becomes a bit of a problem.
The child that's not his.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the
Yeah.
stepdad.
Yeah.
How does it become it becomes a problem to the mother?
For the mother, yeah.
Oh.
She kind of feels like most of the time, okay, what I've seen.
Yeah.
What I've seen.
You can speak for some examples. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
No worry,
because what I've observed from the person I may be referring to
Yeah.
is if there's more time spent with the child, it's like, why isn't he spending this time with me? Because she also was rejected by the partner. She's also got an absent partner. So she wants this, this husband here.
Yeah.
As much as the child wants the father, she also wants that husband because he's been gone.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's deep, man, because it literally hits home. You mentioned rejection of the child. I was with someone who clearly, which I didn't mind in the moment, but clearly the child came second to me.
Yeah.
For instance, like you'd maybe be on the phone, and the child's maybe trying to get your attention, but you'd rather give it to me. Maybe on the phone with me, I'm not even there in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and yeah, it hits home. It hits home. All of those points. Like how would you say your dad's passing affected you? How old were you at the time?
I was 8. Do you
remember the days?
I knew what it felt like. I knew when they told me what happened, I broke down. I knew it like I was grown because I knew that this man is no longer here. And
Wow.
yeah, I knew it. I felt it. It was hectic.
And he was very present, like you said.
He was very present. I never felt like I needed him. He was always just there.
Would you rather that than have a father who was still alive but not as present? Like,
Nah.
send money.
Nah, not
You still would take just those few years you had with him. How old were you again?
I was 8.
You were 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, but that means he was a very interesting father. Because he had that much of a.
You know
impact
what?
on you,
Like
bruh.
they're just things I remember. Just bits and pieces that I remember that really, 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 really affected who I am today.
So then, how does it apply that you don't have daddy issues if from 8, or did mom date, and did you have stepdads in your life and stuff like that?
No, not necessarily. I
Is
mean,
it solely just your dad's influence, or do you think it's bigger than that allowed you the opportunity to see men as?
let me be honest with you. Okay, I wouldn't be lying, but I mean, it's just
Maybe the podcast is only starting now.
right. Are we?
No. She's believing me. I'm saying, I can say, let me be honest. We are here to be honest. Some of my jokes are not funny. I'm sorry. Let's continue. No, I was just being silly.
Can you ask again, though?
So, seeing that your dad passed away at 8,
Yeah.
how is it that you don't have daddy issues? Like, where did you have like a stepdad present, or how do you think somehow you did something make up for that, basically?
You know what? I think at that age, he already embodied what a man should be for me. There's no way I can't remember the fact that he'd provide for his family no matter what. There's no way I can't remember him being there for his own family, and helping them out when they needed help. there's no way I can't remember how people speak of him and the type of person he was. I mean, he literally, well, this was what I was told, and I was that young. They were like, hey, you know, your father doesn't go to church, but he came to church, and he came to like offer this amount so that it could help whoever for whatever. So
you'd help a church he's not even a part of.
Dude,
just to help the community. Or
that's what I was told. So, I mean, yeah.
Could be a lie, but to save you.
I don't think it's a lie.
He was
man.
the one who
that
took
guy
the money.
Oh, man,
That's
he had
why we
his
had to start
flaws.
again.
He had
I'm
his
joking,
flaws,
I'm
which
joking.
I'd rather not go into.
Yeah, but you know about some flaws. And did you see enough of your dad with your mom, though, to see, oh, this is like a relationship now. I see it. Because now, and did you know enough to be like, oh, that's what this really is? Because are they telling you what you should hear? Or they think, hey, we can't tell her this part. We can't tell her it's chelete, finance. Because there's so many dynamics with the relationship that I think an 8-year-old isn't afforded.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you know what? Growing up seeing certain things, they affect you, whether you're young or old. There are certain things you remember as a child that no one can be like, oh, do you remember this? You just remember it. That's literally what it is. I just saw so much love, and that's what I encompassed. That's literally.
There's a lot of people jealous right now.
The minute I don't see it, then it's like, this is not
You're familiar with
it.
love. The absence of it is not normal to you.
That's my problem. I change. The minute it's not what it was, I change.
Oh, you don't work
and in
at
a
it.
bad way. In a bad way. In a very bad way.
I want to hear about this bad. That bad. You want to touch on it?
Yeah.
Some changes that occurred, maybe, that because of no love being present.
Yeah, I mean, the minute I feel like I'm rejected, I seek rejection, and I seek acceptance in another place, or that validation in another place, and it's normally always gonna be in a man. It's not gonna be in a woman.
So even if the rejection didn't come from a man.
Yes.
So even like
I feel like it's rejection because he's passed. He's not here with me anymore. I can't say, Dad, I did this. Look at this. He can't say, I'm proud of you. So it's that absence for me that really. That gap. Yeah, and the minute I feel that pain, it's like, oh no, I'm reminded of the fact that. Or no, maybe not even reminded, but I'm familiar with this feeling, and I want to feel something else.
Wouldn't you call that a daddy issue?
I guess so.
Nah.
I guess the revelations are like, hey.
We are here to reveal ourselves.
Yeah. We are.
No, that's interesting. I hear it fully. I still need to figure out my stuff, but we'll get there. Do you think the men in your life resemble your dad? Like, what's the most part? Like, what's mostly the? Do you like?
There are certain men who have resembled my dad. Certain men. Yeah, their traits.
Who resemble your dad?
Certain men, not all of them.
Personality, looks, everything. Oh.
Yeah. Maybe. maybe. But not fully. But just I see a lot of my dad in these guys, and I'm like,
Oh, okay. Do you think your dad was more ideal as a father or a husband? Just don't have to get into detail, though. Yeah, but just whatever you want. What you want to say?
I think both. He did the best he could, but the bad things that he did, I don't want to get into.
No. But were most of those bad things on the husband side or the father side? Would you say?
On the husband side.
What do they fall on? Oh, okay. So maybe
side.
more. I guess I think it's harder. Yeah. I'm about to say I think it's harder to be a husband, but then I see fathers more kumbulega.
Exactly.
So it's like ain't like my gender. My gender is the worst
your gender,
one.
Okay, I wouldn't say that. I've got a soft spot for your gender, bruh. Like, I've seen so many of my cousins suffer. I've seen my friends suffer.
Yeah.
I've seen my partners suffer. So,
yeah.
I feel for the black man, fully.
Oh. So, did you always know what's good for you, despite choosing the rubbish? Or was it purely a sense of, yo, bro, I didn't know any better, like, all this time? Or do you literally walk into traps sometimes and you're like, shit, I saw this thing coming, right?
Ooh.
And maybe that's where maybe a dad or a consistency of someone where that's closer to you, you know? Because sometimes I would look at like a celeb as my father figure sometimes.
Hey.
But that's not consistent. It's like,
Yeah.
but I didn't see this celeb in this setting.
Yeah.
He didn't mention her when this happens, you know?
I mean,
You haven't walked in traps that you saw.
I have a lot of times.
You saw her, okay.
A lot of times. I'll be honest. A lot of times. I'm a very warm person. I'm a
Yeah.
very loving person. I easily fall in love. I easily trust. You know what I mean? So I guess that's been my downfall, because I've been, this is what I exude naturally. I don't even have to pretend like I'm this person. Some people can see it, some people maybe don't, but I don't really care. But this is who I am, and a lot of people are attracted to that. And sometimes they're attracted, but they want to embody that for that moment, because that's not who they are. And once we're in it, then I see, God damn it.
Like, oh, because you were pretending all this time.
Exactly. And I'm like, God damn it.
Have you ever been in a position where you've had to like change who you are or pretend because you're like, yo, I want to keep this guy in my life? I really, you know what I mean? Have you ever like adjusted yourself, even slightly, where you like, you know what I mean? Even if it was under good intent, maybe he's adamant that he wants a girl like this, and you're like, you know what?
Nah.
You've never?
Nah, you know why I say that?
Yeah.
Because already when a person walks into my life, they can tell the type of person I am. You could tell from afar, oh, she's a tomboy. You don't need to wonder.
Tomboy with such a pretty dress today.
I mean,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, you don't wonder.
You don't wonder. It's clear who she's around a lot of men, you know? So, that has been a problem for every
being
relationship
around a lot
I've
of
been
men.
in. Yeah.
Jealousy.
I don't think it's even that. You know, sometimes it's just the boundaries.
Now you see with the daddy issues. Yeah, maybe it's the boundaries, but that's where the thing that comes in, where you find that guys know of relationships to be a certain way. My girl can't have male friends.
But why is that?
It's a male influence, is my point. So you see, like, as much as we say it's
but
there's
you're
daddy
right.
issues, but it's like
You're right.
you're only taught how to be whatever type of man you are usually taught by other men, whether it was your father, whether it was your, you know what I mean? It's another man saying this is men, and he's bringing it to you.
Could we then say I was more influenced by men than women?
Yeah.
Because I the more you say it like that, I realize I know how to do everything I know how to do because of a man. Maybe that's why I appreciate him so much.
And you see them for more than just sexual partner or whatever. Like the thing the guy, your boyfriend, is assuming it is. You know, whereas so you gravitate towards guys because you see the value in.
Yeah,
being
I
friends
see. I
with
see
men,
the
I
good
guess.
first
Yeah.
before the bad. And
No, but you see bad. Bad in sex is not bad. The relationship is not bad. So
no.
Askero
We're talking about the good traits, because that's what keeps you in a long relationship.
I'm referring to the guys mostly are always. Let's remember when you mentioned horror. You know, certain guys get jealous on some. You're around too many guys.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
assume hey, she's giving
Can't
it.
you there because
She's out
no,
there
I'm not
doing
like
the
the girl
most.
that you think I am. The other one maybe for sex or whatever. I'm here because this dude is smart. I can learn something from a man.
Exactly, yeah.
I can learn, you know what I mean? All of this stuff that you and maybe that's why, like you said, now I trust you. Maybe you do not have daddy issues.
No, but
Because you could be around a man with good
I probably could, and my daddy issues would probably be just that.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for my dad in other people, and I just can't find him. And maybe that's because he's not here. You know, maybe that's because he's passed on, and I must now find this new partner. You know,
Ish.
yeah.
No, man. Thank you. Thank you. Like most of the topics we'll speak. But it's like we concluded, but we didn't conclude. Mara, life goes on. It shouldn't be concluded.
Yeah, but that's the
guess,
thing.
you know?
I don't ever want for people to assume that
Yeah.
I am a good person because of whatever. I also have my mistakes. I have my flaws, you
Yeah.
know, and yeah. I
Alright.
don't know if they amount to daddy issues, but yeah.
Bad people don't say they're bad.
True.
gotta- you are
It is
good.
what it is.
You are good. Thank you so much, Leonda.
Thank
Thank you for speaking on
you.
such a sensitive topic. Rest in peace to your father.
Rest in peace to your dad.
Thank you.
Your
Thank
hero.
You. He's resting. It was a while now. He's in peace there. Yeah, man. Thank you. I always enjoy chatting to you. And yeah, I hope everyone else also enjoyed this and listened and learned something.
I did. I enjoyed this so much, and I just want to say, I'm really happy to be here.
I see you are happy. My flower, I got my flower.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
got my flower, the happy dance.
yeah, I'm really happy. Thank you for having me here.
It's a
It's
pleasure.
always amazing.
Again, you are a musician.
Hey,
For those
and
who
I
do not
did.
know,
Oh, yes.
please tell us your social media handle. She sings so beautifully. Maybe you'll find her singing one day.
On Facebook, it's 𝗟𝗂𝗆𝗆𝗃𝗃. Well, 𝗟𝗂𝗆𝗆𝗃𝗃. And on Instagram, it's ___Yanda.
Okay, we'll follow you there. Thank you again. Yeah. And thank you to everyone for tuning in. I need to mention this. I didn't mention it the last time. My first episode visually was also the same guy.
Yeah.
It's a brand called Thief. But there's a Joe. Just look for it on Instagram at a brand called Thief and get you some of this nice gear. You know.
I'll bolella hore mo Facebook, okay, bandy.
Yeah, those are other accounts. Yeah, but Bendy, give the other accounts. Yeah, but
Oh,
let's keep it
alright,
simple.
alright.
Even in the description, I'm going to include it there. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in again. This was another episode of Delite Side of Life. 𝗟𝗂𝗆𝗆𝗏.
It could get lonely.